Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston. Chapter 5, Tales of the Ultonian Cycle. I want to say Ultonian, but I don't think that's right. The Tragedy of Cuchulain and Connla. Before Cuchulain left the land of shadows, he gave Aoife a golden ring, saying that if she should bear him a son, he was to be sent to seek his father in Erin so soon as he should have grown, so that his finger would fit the ring. And Cuchulain said, "Charge him under Gaish, that he shall not make himself known, that he never turn out of the way for any man, nor ever refuse a combat, and be his name called Connla." In latter years it is narrated that one day, when King Connor of Ulster and the lords of Ulster were at a festival gathering, on the strand of the footprints they saw coming towards them across the sea a little boat of bronze, and in it a young lad with gilded oars in his hands. In the boat was a heap of stones, and ever and anon the lad would put on one of these stones into a sling and cast it at a flying sea-bird in such fashion that it would bring down the bird alive to his feet, and many other wonderful feats of skill he did. Then Connor said, as the boat drew nearer, "If the grown men of that lad's country come here, they would surely grind us to powder. Woe to the land unto which that boy shall come." When the boy come to land, a messenger, Condori. When the boy came to land, a messenger, Condori, was sent to bid him off. "I will not turn back for thee," said the lad. And Condori repeated what he had said to the king, but Connla of the Victories was sent against him, but the lad slung a great stone at him, and the whiz and wind of it knocked him down, and the lad sprang upon him, and bound his arms with the strap of his shield, and so man after man was served. Some were bound, and some were also slain. But the lad defied the whole power of Ulster to turn him back, nor would they tell his name or lineage. "Send for Cuchulain," said King Connor, and they sent a messenger to Dundalk, where Cuchulain was with Emer, his wife, and bade him come to do battle against a stranger boy whom Connla of the Victories could not overcome. Emer threw her arms round Cuchulain's neck. "Do not go," she entreated. "Surely this is the son of Aoife. Slay not thine own son." But Cuchulain said, "Forbear, woman. Were it Connla himself, I would slay him for the honor of Ulster." And he bade yoke on his chariot and went to the strand. Now, we do gotta protect our honor, but come on, killing people just for honor's sake. And he bade yoke his chariot and went to the strand. Here he found the boy tossing up his weapons and doing marvelous feats with them. "Delightful is thy play, boy," said Cuchulain. "Who art thou, and whence dost thou come?" "I may not reveal that," said the lad. "Then thou shalt die," said Cuchulain. "So be it," said the lad, and they fought with swords for a while, till the lad delicately shore off a lock of Cuchulain's hair. "Enough of trifling," said Cuchulain, and they closed with each other. But the lad had planted himself on a rock, and stood so firm that Cuchulain could not move him, and in the stubborn wrestling they had the lad's 2 feet sank deep into the stone, and made the footprints, whence the strand of the footprints has its name. And, well, I believe I should throw in a note, so you know what hair color. He had brown hair. which bleached blonde and red, over the summer. Cuchulain did. At last, they both fell into the sea, and Cuchulain was near being drowned, till he bethought himself of the Ga bog, and he drove that weapon against the lad, and it ripped up his belly. That is what Scatha never taught me, cried the lad. Woe is me, for I am hurt. Really? You have to go some foreign land to learn to stab people in the stomach? Cuchulain looked at him and saw the ring on his finger. It is true, he said. And he took up the boy and bore him on the shore and laid him down before Connla and the lords of Ulster. Here is my son for you, men of Ulster, he said. And the boy said, It is true, and if I had 5 years to grow among you, you would conquer the world on every side of you, and rule as far as Rome. But since it is as it is, point out to me the famous warriors that are here, that I may know them and take leave of them before I die. Then one after another they were brought to him, and he kissed them, and he took leave of his father, and he died. And the men of Ulster made his grave, and set up his pillar stone with great mourning. This was the only son Cuchulain ever had, and this son he slew. Yeah, it doesn't really sound like self-defense or anything honorable. This tale, as I have given it here, dates from the 9th century of the Common Era, and is found in the Yellow Book of Leccan. There are many other Gallic versions of it, in poetry and prose. It is one of the earliest extant appearances in literature of the since well-known theme of the slaying of a heroic son by his father. The Persian rendering of it in the tale of Sohrab and Rustum has been made familiar by Matthew Arnold's fine poem. Actually, I think that goes back another half a century before that, but or even longer, half a century. That I'm pretty sure that it does date to about 400 rather than 900s. But in the Irish version, it will be noted that the father is not without a suspicion of the identity of his antagonist, but he does battle with him under the stimulus of that passionate sense of loyalty to his prince and province, which was Cuchulain's most single characteristic. To complete the story of Aoife and her son, we have the anticipated events, and now turn back to take up the thread again.